There seems to be a disconnect. I hope the powers that be listen to sane advice. The IMF specifically stated that Sri Lanka's debt is no longer sustainable. We are caught between these two ideologies almost, whether a homegrown solution is going to work or whether we really need assistance. Or we will have to start on a restructuring program.
Harsha, thank you very much indeed for your time. How confident are you then that this IMF mission will successfully persuade the government to restructure their economy and hopefully avoid a default?
Thank you for having us on the show. I represent the SJB, the main opposition. You see, there seems to be a disconnect between the central bank and the Ministry of Finance. The Ministry of Finance says one thing and immediately the central bank sort of denies it. And this is particularly so with the meetings with the IMF, whether it is for debt restructuring discussions or whether it is just hello, how are you type of meeting, I guess. We are caught between these two ideologies almost, whether a homegrown solution is going to work or whether we really need assistance. And most of us, independent economists, the opposition, have been pushing the government to have a proper discussion with the IMF so that we can avoid a hard default and to negotiate a pre-emptive restructuring with the bondholders. So I hope the powers that be listen to sane advice.
Do you think Sri Lanka can avoid a default?
Well, I mean, now I doubt whether we can avoid a technical default because the Article 4 consultation report of the IMF specifically stated that Sri Lanka's debt is no longer sustainable. And therefore, the senior staffer who's coming to meet the president this morning obviously is going to convey that to him. Now, the mandate of the IMF, as far as I know, cannot lend to a country if that country's debt is not sustainable. So therefore, we will have to start on a restructuring program, and a technical default, whether you call it that or otherwise, will have to happen because we'll have to suspend payments.